All right. I still love my Gibson, but like everybody else, I saw that video of Agnesi talking about Gibson. Basically, it was a scary video. I'm not going to go through the whole analysis of that video, but, I think three things are going to come out of that. For me personally, the first thing is I love my Gibson guitars. I've always loved Gibson as a kid growing up. It was always three brands that everybody aspired to acquiring. That was Gibsons, Fenders, and Martins. I'm fortunate to own one or several of all three of the major manufacturers. But I love the Gibson. I hated that video, but I love Gibsons, and I'm going to continue to love them, and I'm going to continue to play them. This is the first time I played this thing in a while because I was a little bit disappointed about that. I think the second thing about that video is I love Mark Agnesi. Like many of you, I subscribe to Norm's channel. And that's where I saw the guy. I mean, the guy is a born salesman, great guitar player. Love those antique vintage guitars and the Gibson stuff. So I don't think that what he said or what transpired was something that came from the heart. It was pretty clear he was reading from a teleprompter, at least to me. His eyes looked crazy. He looked like a madman, pretty much. So, we're coming after you. Anybody who puts, what do you call it, a tape over the Gibson name, we know what it is. We're going to sue you. And they've already started suing people. So they've sued Dean Guitars. They also sued Framus and tons and tons and tons of other lawsuits. And the third thing, so you got the first one. I'm going to always love my Gibson guitars. I still love Mark Agnesi. I don't think it was his doing. I think he was just a pawn through social media. Bad, bad, bad vehicle. The third, which is pretty obvious, is Gibson's going to lose. They're going to lose definitely in the court of public opinion. And they're probably going to lose in the legal arena as well. I mean, already I know I read the decision of, I guess they sued Framus for making the Flying V's, and they sued them in Europe. They lost that and appealed it, and I think it was like today they lost that as well. And I want to, I guess, read something. The way the decision went. I think what the courts said basically was that consumers could not base their decision to purchase solely on the V shape as an indication of origin, since the shape is devoid of inherent distinctive character. I'll read that again. Since the shape is devoid of inherent distinctive character. I mean, do you know how many Flying V's there are out there? And if you think about shape and what Gibson is purporting, not an intellectual property expert or anything of that nature. Ironically enough, I happen to have a law degree, and most people might be shocked about that. But the problem is that, it's almost like if you think about Martin guitars, or the Dreadnought is a perfect example. I own an Eastman E28D. There's so many things, like Collins makes the shape of that guitar. How many Strat type guitars are there? Tons and millions and millions and millions. How many Telly type guitars are there? Tons and tons and tons of millions. So Gibson purporting to sue people just because something is shaped as a V, a Flying V, that, oh my God, this is Gibson's Flying V that they're playing. Most consumers, or I should say most people in an audience, if you're in a club playing music, they're not going to know that Flying V is Gibson, Framus, or your mama's Flying V, quite frankly. the bottom line is it's about the sound that it's made, and most things that are copyrightable have more to do with the pickup. Is you can probably copyright that, the coils in the pickup, because that is an inherent sound. So if you look at Lawler pickups and you were to look inside of them and the makeup of that, I'm sure they have several patents on that, or the Gibson pickups, the PAF, things like that. But the stuff that they're talking about, we're coming after you based upon the shape of a flying V. I mean, Fender might as well be saying we're coming after you based upon the shape of a Strat. Martin might be coming after you based upon the shape of the what do you call it, a Dreadnought. So I think, like I said, they're gonna definitely lose, and they've already lost in the court of public opinion, and they'll probably lose a couple of these cases. And Mark Agnesi will be fine; he'll rebound back. People will still be proud to own this. It's a great brand. They made a nice resurgence, and they just fucked up right now. So, like anything else, they'll overcome, and we shall overcome. So, all right then. Thank you for watching this video. Bye now.